Who the fuck are y'all?
I got a couple questions for you.
Just like that, you back in this bullshit.
Let's just hit one more lick. Get my son back. And be done with this shit for good.
But this time for a solid purpose.
Your mama killed you, right? Fucking you.
So you mean to tell me my dad was a big-time drug dealer?
Your daddy was a kingpin.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Father, forgive him. Got caught up in dealing the cause I was given. My mama was stripping, my father was missing, and I would just follow tradition. Intolerant one awful decision can cost you to live in the coffin conditions. One minute you flossing in business, the next you in prison and officers clinching. See, my pops had a poor father, not me. My pops was a poor.
Yo, what up, Facebook? Y'all know what it is. It's your main man in the building one time. Welcoming y'all to the official live of the Love and Drugs conversation today, man. I tell you what, it's a great day to be great in this world. We're going to be here and talk about a lot of things. This Love and Drugs journey for a lot of you that have been on this journey with us and everything. We're going to get the producers on. We're going to get directors on. We're going to get the cast on and start talking about this journey from 1 to 3. And we're talking about 3. Yeah, the 3 has been released and everybody's had their chance to chime in on it. We'll definitely see what y'all think out there about 3 and everything that's happening out there. So, man, without further ado, I'm going to start bringing some people in, man. One of the first people I'm going to bring in today is the man that made all this happen from 1 when he had the vision. God gave him the vision to put this together and say, hey, I'm about to put this movie together and ain't nothing going to stop me. And now we're talking years later where he's has made an empire out of this thing to make things jump the way they've been jumping, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce Mr. DeMarcus Lamar Bailey in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, man?
Why you gotta say Lamar? Why you had to?
Because that's the Facebook name. That's what I saw on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a new brand now, Mr. Lamar.
Okay. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Man, feeling good today, man. Seeing everything that's popping. You got enough. Man, you had 2 movies to drop in one month.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
A lot of heat and a lot of love, man. How you feel about that?
I mean, it's good. Surreal. Forbidden Daughter got a lot of play. But I've been waiting on this Love and Drugs to been waiting on this to drop.
Yeah, man. And it's doing this thing. There's been a lot of conversation about Love and Drugs, man. That's been going down, man. So it was only befitting to start having this conversation about everything that's happening, right?
Yeah, man. I've been getting a lot of hits, a lot of DM texts. Why did you do that to Mike?
Why? People want to know why. I guess tonight when they talk to you, they can find out why.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it tonight.
Go talk about it. Before we get into this, y'all, man, we're going to bring another person on to this, man. This young lady, man, who came in. Actually had a chance to work with this young lady on another project with Fred Hammond, man. And I remember we got ready to get one started and with some scheduling conflicts. And I called DeMarcus like, yo, I know this young lady, man, doing her thing, man. And she killed it in this movie that we was working on. And he remembered her from there because, you know, he had been coming over to the set. And so, man, once that lady came down and she done her thing, yo, he called back that night like, yo, that's Aya right there. And, man, ever since then, man, she has been getting it. Let me tell you something. She has done a phenomenal job with this role and progressing it to take it the way it does. With a lot of people, we're going to talk about some things tonight because there's some things that people don't even know with her character that we might not all been at this conversation, but we'll tell people why. Without further ado, we want to bring in Miss Raquel Bell herself, playing the role of Hey! What's up?
What's up, y'all? I'm
What's
happy
going
to
on?
be here. Y'all tune in. How y'all doing?
We good, love. How about yourself?
I am good. I'm still on a high. I am loving all the love I have been getting since Love and Drugs 3 dropped. The people been waiting. They have been waiting. It just dropped and they already are like, when's the next one? So
Right. right. And we're going to definitely get into that journey tonight. Right before we get this conversation started, I got one more person we're going to pull on here right now. You know, this young lady, man, I had a chance to work with her, and we was doing a lot of behind the scenes work, man. But when it came down to it was time to get to work, she got the call at the last minute, accepted the assignment, and come on in and start throwing them punches in there, man. And right now, she's one of the hottest ladies in the game right now, man. And she's really been doing her thing, man. Very versatile in what she does. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're gonna bring on Miss Santasha Nicole herself, who plays the role of Tanya. Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Look, hey, she got her posters up there, y'all. What? Say the cap is at a whole all-time high right now. It's at an all-time high.
Don't do me that is.
Hey, like, let me tell y'all something. I called her the day it dropped. I didn't know if she had already knew it after, you know, DeMarcus, after you sent me that it was out. You know, I called her a little later. She called me like, yo, what do you want? I got movies out right now, so I'm a little different. You got to go and get it out. What you want to talk about?
I said, talk to me nice, baby. I had 2 movies to drop this month. What's up?
Got you, man. Well, let's jump right on this thing, man. DeMarcus, first question is, man, I think a lot of people want to know, man, how did we get here? How did we get here,
man? Oh man, Love and Drugs 1. We can start from Love and Drugs 1. You know, we was just it was a thought in my head. I was at work one night and I was watching Plug Love. I was watching Plug Love on my iPad or something. And my friend Danielle, she didn't want to tell me go watch Plug Love. I watched Plug Love and I said, I think I can do this. Because you remember we were supposed to be doing 80-20. That was the movie that we were gonna film, 80-20. I wrote 80-20 the script. We was in the motion to film 80-20. And I saw that movie. I said, man, I always wanted to do like a hood romance. And so I think I can do this. So I called Estrus and I got this movie idea. What you think about it? I'm gonna play Mark, you're gonna play Corey. And that's how we're gonna do it. He said, I'm big. He was just saying big, but he knew like we were just talking because we had been the 80-20 had been on the journey for years.
Right.
We've been talking about 80-20 for about 3 years. And I gave him the script. The script came about. I said, man, I don't think I can play Mark because there's too much going on. I got kids, you know, I don't want my kids seeing me hunting on no woman. They ain't ready for all that yet, you know. He like, I won't let Boo Daddy gonna play it.
Right.
He was like, man, let me do it. So him being my friend, I said, bet, let's do it. We did it. We got everything ready. Photo shoot weekend. It was somebody else that was supposed to play Eb. She couldn't make it. He said, I got this girl that can come down. She came down. I said, damn. I'm feeling her. Like I'm feeling, you know, that look. I'm feeling that look.
Yeah.
And she knocked it like we did a little trailer, just like a little pitch trailer. And said, hey man, I kinda like Eb. I kinda like Raquel. I said, I think I want to let her play the part. Eb ended up playing the part. Day before we about to film. Got a call from the league. I can't even make it. I'm sick. You know, when this movie's done, you know, we got movie scheduled. Ain't no rescheduling. You know, especially these low budget films. You know, when it's already in the motion, it's in motion. Ain't no, you know, we'll do this next week. Ain't none of that. So it was like, it's not like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. He said, I got this girl. I said, who? He said, Santasha. I said, oh, Santasha. Yeah, you know, I've been, you know. I've been encouraging her to Santasha for a minute, cuz. So we called Santasha. Santasha said, what? He said, just get my hair done and I'll be there. What's your cash app? Whatever. I don't know what was in motion then. Was it cash app? What was it? PayPal? I don't know what was in motion then. Whatever it was.
Work.
Yeah, it was something. Yeah. So I got her hair done. She was there. And that was, everything came in motion, man, and it became family. And then, two came, and here we are at three.
Got you. So, ladies, take us through. Let's go, Raquel. Take us through this moment with you and this girl, because I know I watched one of your status, and you talked about the growth of where Eb is, and I know before we did this, there was a lot of pressure put on you, because what a lot of people don't know is Eb was originally supposed to die off, and DeMarcus made this change and kept Eb on, which ended up being a great thing because the way he centered around that storyline. Tell us what that pressure felt like going into 3 with knowing that Eb had this part to play, and it was like, hey, yo, a lot of this is going to fall on you. How did you feel in that moment?
I felt like a lot of the pressure was on from the jump when I realized this movie was a chance for people to see Eb in a new light. I loved feeling like, okay, this is my chance for everyone to convert, because everyone was team Marketaya. So I'm like, okay, Team Eb is gonna grow after 3. But I definitely felt the pressure just to match the energy. Santasha set the stage so high in 1 and 2. So to be able to headline in the same movie and just keep that energy, I felt I definitely felt, I know, Corey, you pulled me aside and, had a conversation with me like, listen, you got to bring it in this film. And it made me just go back to the drawing board. I was studying film, studying 1 and 2, and just seeing like who Eb was and really doing my research and just homework. I'm just sitting with her, sitting with the script and seeing how I really wanted to portray her in this film. And hope I got it right from what DeMarcus see when he was writing the film. And I mean, it flew so effortlessly and natural when we were all on set, but I definitely felt the pressure and just being like, I gotta match this. Santasha had some powerful scenes in the script as well. So I was like, I gotta match this energy and be able to bring it. So I'm glad that people think I did, I definitely enjoyed seeing my growth as an artist from 1 to 3, and enjoyed being able to portray that so everyone could see it.
Gotcha. So
Can I comment on that?
Oh, go ahead. Because
like me and Eb, like we were nemesis, and I was team Eb after 3. Like you did your thing. Like I enjoyed you telling this story. I enjoyed your chemistry with your son. Like I felt that because I have 2 adult sons, and I know how I had to get up in their face, and I felt it. And you don't have children, but I was like, damn, do Raquel got kids? Because it's so real. Like I truly enjoyed you. Like when the dope was found in the room, like that was my favorite scene with you and Lamar. Like I loved it. I loved you in 3.
Thank you so much. That means the world coming from you, because I was watching your scenes with Trini Pop and was like, oh, that was so powerful. Like reading through the script, like we both have these dynamics with children.
Yeah.
And so it was so powerful that we were kind of on opposite ends, but still so much emotion. So, that means the world to me, especially not having kids. I was like, what would a parent do? How would a parent react? And Lil Mark was absolutely phenomenal. He is so talented. So we literally just fed off of each other's energy.
Yeah.
Man.
For real.
DeMarcus, do you think everything was embodied in 3 because I know you had this process of saying, I figured 3 out the way I'm gonna go. Did it play out how you saw it in your head?
Yeah, it did. It actually did. It was just the storytelling. I mean, I wanted to tell a story in 3. I wanted to make sure I told the story and put everything together, like from the beginning to the end, how everybody came, where everybody came from. Give a little backstory to people. We'd already worked on Tanya's backstory. We'd already told her backstory, but we really never just told what your issue was, what your real issue was. We always thought that your issue was Tanya, and Tanya really wasn't your issue. Your issue was your dad. your how your dad treated you was your real issue. But in one, you know, we thought it was Tanya. We thought that Tanya, the way Tanya did you in one, made you who you was. But if you saw one, he was already there anyway. He was already quiet, already angry before he even met Tanya. You know, it just Tanya just, you know, kind of made it worse, I guess you can say. But he was already there, and he stemmed from his dad. You know, we had already worked on Corey's backstory and two, and Eb. You know, we wanted to. You know, I've always been team Eb. I've always been team Eb, because I understood, you know, what her story was. I didn't, because you know we were supposed to kill her.
Right.
We were supposed to kill her in one, and I think it Danielle, somebody, maybe Danielle. She like, you can't kill her. Because if you kill her, you know, they're gonna hate Mark. And I'm like, no, but I can't do that. That's not what I want to do. And we ended up running the whole franchise behind pretty much Eb. You know, and it just came out to be beautiful, in my opinion.
Which is interesting, y'all, because and you talk about how things come in full circle. Because when you go to one and you had to change your heart, okay, cool, because I don't want Mark in it, like, because remember you saying, I want people to love Mark and really understand who he is and what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And so that dynamic changed to where when you went up to 3, was able to go back and tell the story and connect all the pieces together. Because one of the first people I heard that was critiquing the movie, you know, and I know you always do the little send out thing to critique the movie first. I got the call and they said, this was perfect. It told the whole story. And this person was a very tough person.
Yeah.
He's watching film. It's almost like, So when he called excited, I was like, oh, this is it then. This is really it. And it was like, he said, man, one thing that like, it answered every question. It told the story in totality, and the acting was on point with it. The vision of it, everything.
People like, if you watch 3 by itself, you're not gonna understand it. You got to watch them all together and then watch 3, because you're not gonna understand, you know, the ending. You're not gonna understand the ending if you don't watch 1 and 2, because it told, you know, why it had to end that way. It just had to end that way because even though you know, we've been team Eb, and even though Eb was hurt, Tanya was the it. You know, the whole thing centered around the whole motto of the whole franchise. The whole series has been, you know, when we started Love and Drugs, the first thing we said was, what does love mean to you?
Right.
What love means sacrifice. And we've been dealing with sacrifice the whole 3 series, all 3. We've been dealing with sacrifice, you know, and I wanted to tell what would be the ultimate, what would be the dog?
I know. She won't let me be great.
What would be the ultimate sacrifice? What would be the hell no, I ain't doing that. She'd already went to prison. You know, she'd already went to prison, and people like I love that conversation that we were having after Love and Drugs 1. Hell no, I won't go to prison behind no nigga. Hell no. I mean, it was all over. Hell, prison. I'll go visit him, but I ain't going to prison. But the whole thing was, would you do 10 years in order for your husband, the dude you love, not to do life?
Right.
You know, that's a slippery slope, you know, and I know I would, you know, but some people not, you know, they just not built that way, and they can't understand that. And I want to create that same conversation in 3. Hell no, I want to take that son in from her. Hell no. You know, and I guess that's what people not really understanding, you know, the whole sacrifice. Because Tanya been, you know, she sacrificed in 1, she sacrificed in 2, and 3, she just had to, you know.
Yeah, when you think about that, man, that's a really big thing. Because I always say this, and I say this a lot. Everything that it happens in our society is good on paper, but when people actually say it out loud, it goes. Because everybody always talk about you got to sacrifice in a relationship. You got to sacrifice, and then now it comes to what do I sacrifice that's not too much.
Right.
And some people say it's because I always stood on this. When you pointed that out, I stood on the fact of Tanya wanted a life, a everything that Mark promised her. She wanted that. She was willing to take that on to get the bigger picture. And a lot of time in women cases that do that, women get called weak and stupid behind it. But a lot of times, some of those women see the bigger picture and say, I'll take this on because there's more to come on the other side that I'll benefit from more than walking away from this. And Tanya got it. The house, the business, the marriage. Mm-hmm. But she also got the collateral damage, and we'll talk about that later. But let me ask y'all this. Going into three, when things started to happen and it was done, what was the thing that you said on your mind that you hope people take away from three? Oh, anybody can go. I'm sorry.
That's a good question. I don't know. Let me think.
I go first. I wanted people just to really understand what sacrifice really means when it comes to love. Like you're really sacrificing your heart with somebody when you say you love somebody, and especially the type of love that Mark and Tanya had. You know, even though Tanya had, she kept pissing him off. Mark was kept doing like, even though Mark didn't even try. Mark wasn't trying to fuck up, but he kept fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He wasn't trying. He was really trying to be a good dude. Right. But he kept fucking up. You know, like he fucked up when he mixed business with pleasure. You know, he haunted him until his death. You know, and Tanya, she didn't love Mark. I mean, nobody had ever treated her like that. Nobody had ever did her like that. Nobody had ever loved her like that. Even her dad didn't love her like that. And Mark showed her a different type of love that she had got from nowhere. And she wasn't trying to let that go. So whatever he wanted, whatever he needed, she was there for him. That's the love. That's the sacrifice. That's the love that, you know, we don't have no more, you know, in today's age. You know, we don't love like that no more. We love, you know, with a condition. Mm-hmm. You know, I love you, but don't do this to me. You know, I love you, but I ain't taking that. Mm-hmm. You know, but and love is
quit really easy.
Yeah, quit real easy. And I just felt like what Tanya endured. I don't think that's the love, and that's their 60, 70, 80 love. You know, they won't do it. They're not doing that shit now. I mean, that baby would have been in CPS.
Foster care.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That baby would have been with Boss Lady.
Hey, I'm gonna go into some of these comments real quick. Some people are saying some things. I don't want to see if y'all want to address it before we move forward. Jasmine says that she wasn't, and speaking on Tanya, she wasn't satisfied though. Those things wasn't what she wanted. She wanted Mark's presence. She couldn't get that with those sacrifices. So basically, I think what Tanya's saying is, even though she saw the bigger picture, it still wasn't what she wanted because what she really wanted never stood in front of her, which was Mark. Y'all want to feedback to that?
Well, I'll take that.
I agree with that.
I do too. I think that I wanted it. I think Tanya wanted it. She wanted balance though, because like even though Mark promised her this life, she had the house, she had her daughter, but then the shop that I wanted, I was not able to be at the shop. Like I was taken away from everything. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So I was with the man that I love, but we were still isolated and in hiding.
I think Tanya went through a lot of just reflecting of compromise. She sacrificed consistently what she wanted because of who she wanted. Like it was a sacrifice on, everyone thinks it's a sacrifice just with Ev or the kid, the baby just dealing with a drug dealer. It was like she sacrificed the whole life that she wanted. You know, she grew up as this church girl, moved away, and then still then had to let that go right away, right? Like had to sacrifice who she was raised as. It started there, you know?
Yeah.
And then she wanted this man and then sacrificed the life she wanted to be with the man she wanted. Like it was just consistent sacrifice after sacrifice after sacrifice. So when it's like in 3, she wanted his presence, it's like that's the least he could have given, you know? Like this church girl and gave her, like made her compromise, I'm gonna stay with a drug dealer, you know? So
Right.
like, the least you can do is be there. I've given up my life, my friends, my shop, my morals, my religion, just everything back to back to back. It was so much. Her freedom, you know,
Right.
just was sacrifices from the get, just right out the gate.
Gotcha. Hey, I was having a conversation. Me and Cotton was talking.
It's so funny.
You know,
Comments take it down. You know,
say what?
these comments take it.
Comments is wild.
Yeah, no, right. We even got people saying it was part of their whole life. You know what a conclusion we had drawn, and I don't think nobody's ever looked at this perspective. Like, you don't have to be a bad person to constantly be in bad stuff. Collateral damage. Like, I don't think we talk about collateral damage, and I think that's what Mark became to Tanya. You know what I'm saying? That his loyalty was to a fault, and it feels like everything that he tried to get away from, something that would always turn around and keep happening. And she expressed it like, yo, again, when is enough enough?
Yeah.
And it's not like he was just going out here to make bad decisions, but it was like bad things kept happening. And she was taking the blunt of the bad things happening.
Every time.
You know what
I'm
saying? So that became like this collateral damage to her life. That's why it's funny. And I don't know if this was played like this. I was there when it was shot, but I don't know if he whispered in her ear to have this look. But the look she gave was, I'm hurt, he's gone, but it's almost like, now I can live my life free.
It was like relief almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You know, and that's crazy because I think, you know, a lot of us have people like that in our lives that we want so much for them. They're really great people, but it's like they always got bad stuff happening. And at some point, it's more like, because even we think about when Kevin Hart and Wesley Snipes in that movie, he killed him not because he didn't love his brother no more. He just realized he would never ever be able to live a normal life as long as his brother was alive. And he had to remove it out of his life so he could be at peace.
Right.
I definitely feel like that. Like it was this Tanya constantly sacrificing, and at the end, Mark gave the ultimate sacrifice, but it just like you got this tower of sacrifices from Tanya.
Right.
And Mark gives like this ultimate sacrifice, and it's almost like it's the least I can do for my family type deal. And then you have the dynamic with Eb and Mark, where I think in a lot of relationships today, people would just look at Eb as this bitter woman who just want him just scorned, right? And then it's like with the conversation, your baby mama don't gotta be your worst enemy, you know, like
right. Especially when he walked up and said he was sorry, man. Because I know that's how I stand. My baby mama is my, you know, that's gonna be one of my top priorities in my life till the day I die. You know what I mean? And that's principle of any man. That's principle. You know, baby mama, the mother of your kids need to be happy. You know what I mean? That should be a standard. You know, and I wanted Mark to understand that too. Even though, you know, she didn't do this bullshit, she tried to kill me. She didn't do all this, but she got my son. You know what I mean? That's gonna trump a lot of shit, you know. It trumps a lot. You know what I mean? And Tanya understood that, you know.
Yeah. Oof, that's a heck of a belief. Before we bring the next person on, Eb, I want to ask you this question. What was the mindset? Because in 2, we established that you wanted to hear this. Hey, okay. Thank you for finally saying sorry. But when you heard that Mark had really moved on with a life with Tanya, they were married, at a business, all the stuff that you thought should have been for you. What was Eb's mindset then? Why was it a Tanya's gotta die thing?
I think when I was in those scenes, I brought myself to a place of really taking myself just back and being like, imagine just constantly doing, like, just giving your all to somebody and then with no explanation. And I think we all have been here before. With no explanation, it's just cut off. It's just no word. It's just a switch up. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you ever been so 10 toes down that you can't even understand why this person is doing you wrong? Like, for what? Like, what did I do? Like, there was no, like, I've been loyal. I've been real. I've been hungry. I've been, you know what I mean? Just from day one. And then to know, like, this is the person who saved me, you know? So it was just like, I brought her to a place of what is the ultimate, like, revenge, like being just full of vengefulness. Like, if I can't have it, you can't. And Eb also street. So street code, well, like, let me get rid of the problem then, the best way I know how. And it became a defendant, like territorial. We was territorial on the streets, we territorial on the game. So it became this is my territory, and I'm gonna get rid of any competition like I would in the streets, right? So Tanya became that, like, enemy, and it just was street code after that.
Yeah, I like that.
Because you switched up on her hard, Corey.
Yeah.
Like, y'all was together one day, and then it was like she was out of there the next day.
Yes.
It's okay. So, and I know we've had these conversations a lot. Is it that thing that sometimes the man sees something, but he doesn't see it all the way with you, but he just wasn't clear about the message that he was wanting to say?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
because
real.
I think he felt a sense of loyalty, but he just didn't see a life with her.
Yeah, sorry, he didn't see a life with her. He didn't see a life with Eb because Eb didn't want him. Eb wanted to be Tasha. Eb wanted to be Tasha from Power.
Yeah.
Mark didn't want that. You know, Mark couldn't see that. Mark was not going to. Mark did not want to do that forever. That was in 1. We established that in 1. When he said, you know, have you ever thought about getting out? And she was like, getting out for what?
Right.
And he was done. Right then, he was done because, you know, he was. I just didn't want. He just didn't want to do it no more. And when he met Tanya, you know, that was just his woosah. I mean, this is my out. You know, I don't want to do this no more. I got the love of my life here. I got everything that I've ever wanted. I don't have to do this shit no more. You know.
Yeah. Gotcha. What we got to do right now, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we going to keep this thing moving on here, man. About to bring 2 more gentlemen into the place right here that's going down, man. One gentleman, man, who's been a part of the franchise since 1. After both gentlemen have. One man who has his own thing going on right now, who has a new movie coming out, Older Man, Younger Woman, man, who's getting into the producing game himself. Plays Detective Mumphrey in there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Benet Henry added to the show, man. What's going on? Oh, it took him off. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I did it. Hey, Benet, what's going on, man?
See, this is what happens. You had me on for 30 seconds, then I'm surprised you didn't kill me off, and then, damn, what's going on,
man? You doing good today?
Yeah, man. I'm just in up here trolling y'all stream.
Got you, man. Next guy we're gonna bring on, man. He's been part of the franchise since day 1, man. Was a definite pick of DeMarcus, man, in which way he wanted to go to this, and was definitely one of the vets at the time when we got on the set to do it, man. One of the person that was always in character the whole time. You didn't know if you asked him a question, if it was the character asking, if it was him.
I knew exactly what you're talking about.
Didn't take breaks or nothing like that. Hey, man.
Somebody said he was aggravated.
Hey, in times I had to remind him, hey man, you know we playing with each other, right? I say this, you say this, but we really cool in real life. Come on, man. I want to put my man in the building, bringing on Mr. Kenny G in the building, man. Kenny.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? What's going on?
Hi, Kenny.
How y'all doing, man?
All love.
For sure.
Take us through.
Say, hold on. Let me say this. In Love and Drugs 2, Kenny walked my boy dog so bad, I thought we were going to have to jump him.
You talking about the hospital?
Yeah. I said, hey, man. Kenny walked my boy dog. I'm like, ooh-wee, man. Ooh-wee.
Yo, here's what people don't know. Like, again, This dude, y'all, let me tell y'all something. When he on set, like he don't play around. Like us, we go to break, whatever. Everybody like, yo, it was cool. Hey, you got some French fries? Throw that shit. You know what I mean? Do some stuff like that. He still be patient. Hey, what's up? Gotta get the scene out, brother. Gotta get the scene out. Like that whole hospital scene, like it was so intense in there. And then after we look over, DeMarcus is like crying, like, "You good?" Like, man, that's all the shots for the night. Is that all the shots?
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny.
DeMarcus, take us through these two characters, man. How did you build these two guys up?
I got a best friend named John. My best friend, man. That's how we've been loyal to each other since we were like 12 years old. And I want to take the world on a journey like that we had, really. Even though we're not no drug dealers, of course, but we had that back and forth relationship since we were 12, like hating each other, loving each other, hating each other, loving each other. But at the end of the day, but at the end, can you hear me?
I said kind of like you and Corey do now.
Yeah, like me and Corey do. But at the end of the day, we gonna stand. We stand by each other, right or wrong. And I want to. That's the only kind of friendship I know how to have, and I wanted to display that friendship between you and Mark. That yeah, y'all bickered, y'all did whatever, but Mark betrayed his wife. His wife for Corey. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie to you. Shit. I would too. For my best friend, because it's different when you have like somebody who've been through the trenches with you, from day one. It's different. It's different. Right. It's a different kind of bond that a wife ain't gonna understand. Even though it's wrong. Don't get me wrong, it's wrong.
Right.
But it's just different. It's a different kind of friendship, a different kind of bond that you're gonna have to, got to sacrifice for your boy. Right, right. Mark did that, and Corey did that for him too. And Love and Joy 3, Mark said, look, I need your help. I didn't come for no lecture. He said, look, I'm gonna do both of them.
Right. Yeah.
To let you know, I'm your boy. I'm your boy. I'm your brother. I'm gonna do whatever you need, but you're gonna hear me out right now. Tanya fucking up. All right, you need to, it's Tanya, but
right. I mean, DeMarcus, sometimes when you have boys and everything, man, that love for your boy can sometimes, it's not to say it's greater than the one for your girl, but it's just a different type. You know what I'm saying?
It's a different type, man.
Yeah, it's a different type that's hard to explain and really hard to really understand.
Yeah.
So, well, man, Corey still here? Where'd he go?
Oh yeah, I was here. I was doing something behind the scenes. I didn't want to be a distraction to people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But here's my question for that hating ass detective too, man. Why was the detective so consumed with Mark, man? Like everything. Because if you look at two, man, he was just down to make Mark who the killer and everything and all this. What was your problem with Mark, man?
I think that with that character, he was looking to make a stand. He was looking to make that signature career, life-changing bust. And Mark was the biggest fish in the sea at that particular time. I don't think the detective was concerned about public safety or nothing like that. He wanted Mark for his own credibility. In 3, he says, I brought down some of the biggest cases in Tyler, Texas, and all of that stuff. So he was more about trying to set itself apart from everything else. So, even with the whole Tanya character, in part 1, when he's questioning her, he was like, all you got to do is tell me this. I'll go get him. You can go home tonight. I'll go get him. I just need you to do this. So that's what I think his obsession came from. He was trying to solidify himself, build his bones off of Mark's back.
Gotcha.
Which I also need to say, that scene with Santasha in 1
Oh,
really pushed me because Santasha was giving it to me, and I just couldn't sit there.
The interrogation scene.
Yeah,
The interrogation
scene.
Yeah,
that is one of the best. I don't think that I've done that good a job, and I give Santasha all the credit for that because she pushed me to a level as an actor that I hadn't went to before, and that's no disrespect to anybody else that I've done scenes with, but Santasha was just something special. Yes, Charlie Joe died. I was a Mitch. Yes, I know that. I understand that now.
Yeah, right, Ashley. Ashina. Right, okay, looking outside the funeral like, bro, yeah, like you said, these comments are beats, man. Let me ask y'all this. And I know we got two other people getting ready to come in. Let me ask y'all this. Is it a trip to y'all that people take these characters in these storylines and you feel like they're talking about a real life situation?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Right.
To me, Corey, that's just as an actor. And I guess for you too, DeMarcus, as a writer, that's the greatest sign of affirmation that you can get, to where you come out and you deliver these characters and they come across and they can be perceived, that people can see the world that we created. You know what I'm saying? And so that when I see that, when people come up to me and talk to me about, call me Corey or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's the greatest sign of affirmation that you can give me. And it's very humbling. You know what I mean? But I think it's really cool, though. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool, and it says a lot to you, DeMarcus, about your writing and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just definitely as an actor, it's a great sign of affirmation.
Say, SB, I'm getting down there hate mail. Like, why did you kill Mark? Like, I hate you. Y'all know he like one of my best friends in the world. Like, he's here. He lives. Like, he's living. like I can call him right now.
Now this is a true story. I'm in Tyler, up there at that on the border, and I'm sitting there getting something to eat, and this lady was like, "Hold on. That's that crooked ass cop over there. Don't do shit around here." I mean, and I was like, "Ma'am, how you doing? My name is." I know who you are. I know who you are. You have no business in that. I mean, I got read my rights for like 3 minutes, and I just said, "Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it, and I'll do better next time."
That's funny.
I think one of my favorite scenes, y'all, like one of my favorite, I guess, emotions just overall in the whole franchise is when Kenny, like when you found out Eb was still alive and then found out she had a baby. Like, I felt like I just can only imagine.
We was at the hotel scene.
Yeah.
No, before that, when you put two and two together.
Oh, like, yeah.
And
then she see her walk the door like.
Mine was when he was playing basketball with Lil Mark, and Lil Mark was like, "What happened to my dad?" He was like, "Ask your mama," and just walked out.
What?
He just walked out.
He was like that. He's like, yo.
Corey, then he did his head like this, so he know he meant business. Ask your mama.
Now he had this look at Mark like, "Hey, why would you bring her here?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you, one of the favorite things I think I like, Santasha, man, just kind of your journey. I don't know if I may be coming in late. Y'all may already mention this. Kind of your journey about seeing your love for the character of Mark. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just that your journey from going to giving everything for him to fighting for him back. You know what I'm saying? And that was one thing me personally, I thought you always did really well with throughout the entire 1, 2, and 3. It's just kind of like showing that journey of what sometimes how love can make sometimes would make people consider dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, cause some people like, look, I ain't doing no stint for nobody. I don't care what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you go by yourself on this one. But you know what I mean? To do all that and to step back and still stay through with them through all this, man. I always thought you did a really good job with your character and coming through with that.
Good job. Really good.
Gotcha. Hey, we're gonna roll more deep into this story, y'all. Let me bring the other three guests that are about to come on in here, and then we're gonna really get into the dab of this storyline in the process. First lady I'm bringing on to this camp right here actually started as a part of one of the storyline. She was she hate when I say this, but I gotta say it because I gotta give it to her. She was on America's Next Top Model back in the game when it was going down, and she was also one of the first people that I met in photography when I got into the business, even from my hometown. And man, she's an incredible person. And it's just been a joy to see her grow because she always got, every time we got ready to do one, she had a million questions. So what's good? But it's been our love. Ladies and gentlemen, introduce you to Miss. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I got to do this. Hold on. This is what I'm going to do, y'all. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to bring something back. Hold on 1 second.
Mark fucking up again.
Yeah, he is. Hold on. Here we go. Then we'll add on. There we go.
Hey.
Hello, lady.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, how's everybody?
Yo, what's up, wifey? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I missed you, hubby.
Oh man, miss you too. Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Also, the next person we're gonna get ready to bring in, man, he came in along on 2 man and was brought in and instantly had a role, and now everybody's really hooked on to his catchphrases, his haircut, and his demeanor when it goes down through here, man. Also, man, he had a chance to break out and start doing some lead roles in himself, man. A guy that's just stepped on the scene, but he definitely becoming a machine in it, man. Want to put it on right now, ladies and gentlemen, adding Duka to the thing. What's up, Duka?
Duke, what up, man?
Speak on it, Duke. Yes, Lord. What's happening?
Duke, my man.
Gotcha. And this last person that we bring it through, man, Marcus decided to go back and tell a story back in the line, so we had to go back and do this the way we was doing it. You're talking about L coming full circle and everything like this. The next character getting ready to come on, man, is young Mark in the building, who's in here making some noise. Let me do this one time. Oh yeah, I'm trying to run the studio and it's the same.
I should have locked all of y'all up. All of y'all criminals.
Not me. I'm the sweetest one.
Kenneth, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's up,
hey,
Kenneth?
In a Tubi group, somebody said, where the hell did the sun come from? He wanted in 1 and 2. I said, you must ain't seen 2 then. You must have seen 2. Let me tell you how this came about, though. Like, the story was done, and Love and Drugs 2 was done. The story was done. We was at the SB house, and I guess it was a fan from somewhere. I don't know where she was from. She was saying, I know what's going to happen. Eb's going to come back, and she's going to have a baby. I said, uh-oh. Then I said, you know what? That would be a dope way to end 2 so we can jumpstart 3. Because when he left, we never heard nothing else about Eb when she left. So when Eb left, when Eb met Corey Mark at the bridge, she was there to tell him that she was pregnant. But he told her, you leave. I mean, don't come back. You leave, don't come back. So she never said nothing to him. So that's how the whole little Mark character even came about, man. I'm glad that, and I'm actually glad that we did that, man, because it's really going to probably jumpstart a whole new franchise, because now everybody want to know what's going to happen with Lil Mark. Like, what's going on with Lil Mark?
Yeah. So Kenneth, man, I gotta ask you, man, how'd you enjoy the journey, man, of being on 3? What was that like for you?
Oh, it was real fun. On set we had fun. We was laughing. It felt like family because I was shy. Like, I'm so scared to be. I'm really shy. But y'all brought that out of me, and I'm gonna be honest. I had real fun.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That was up. What you think? What was your most memorable part? What was your favorite part?
The part when it said, let's see, keep my mama name out your mouth.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, Lil Boy, you definitely killed it, bro. You definitely killed it, man.
Yeah, right on.
You definitely
Great
killed it.
job.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I don't know where your daddy at. Your daddy must just left or something. I don't know where Corey went. Corey still on, y'all?
Yeah, I think he is.
He got to be because this is a stream. He probably doing
Okay.
something behind the scenes.
Got you. Maybe trying to get Santasha and L back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But man,
Yeah,
Lil Mark, man, you did a good job, man.
Thank y'all.
I feel like, man, you talked to me when you brought the character to life exactly how I wanted it. And man, I really commend you for doing that. You did a good job.
Thank
Got
y'all.
When
Yeah, we'll
on that
talk. We'll
scene-
just talk. Go ahead. What you say?
on that scene, what I was really impressed with him, it was the scene of the big shootout and that moment with him and his father for the first time. And I was like, man, this little dude here got something. I mean, he really got something.
Yeah.
Was hitting his mark, hitting his, like, you know, putting emotion behind everything. I talked to his mom. I said, I'm impressed. So yeah, he definitely worked that camera. Like, I was definitely impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's
So Sean, so tell me about your journey. Like, how did you tell me about the journey of Love and Drugs 1, 2, and 3? Because you was in all three of them.
Yes. Well, my journey, I was not supposed to even say a word. I got a phone call. I just need a cute, thick, come be cute for Kenny character and at the club. That's all I supposed to have been. And I pull up on set and y'all giving me lines. And so it was a good feeling though to find out that you know, supporters was like, we like seeing that Kenny. Well, I keep saying Kenny, but it's Corey. That's my husband's name, ain't it? Okay. But it was good to that the supporters love seeing like felt like a softer side of Corey because he had a woman and he had a daughter, you know. So I like that you put that balance in there for him because he never did anything too crazy.
Right.
So it showed that he had the respect of I have a family. So I'm glad I got to come in and play that role because I think it fit me pretty good, even though I wasn't supposed to even be a part of any of this.
Yeah.
I have enjoyed it truly. It has gotten me out of my comfort zone, and I have enjoyed y'all. Like, and you know, Corey, Kenny, you were wonderful to work beside. You made me feel so comfortable.
Oh,
Sorry it took you like 8 years before you know we could kiss.
Nah, it was cool, man. It was cool. It was
So
cool.
let me tell you my favorite line. It was in Love and Drugs 3 when you said, maybe you shouldn't get involved. And then he looked at you and he said, don't you ever say that. And your understanding, like I look at it all the time. It was like your understanding was like, yo, you know what? You're right. You know, I'm out of bounds for even considering that. It was like the way you said it was like a submissive type. I got a good dude. I'm gonna do what he asked me to do. I'm gonna stay out of that. And it just showed your growth as an actor. You know, I mean, a lot of people don't have that. You know, understanding the story and showing emotions when it's not your turn or not your turn to be on camera. You know, even showing that. I mean, I just love it.
First of all, did you hear that bass in his voice when he said it? I damn near thought it was real.
Oh, that's funny.
But thank you for real for the opportunity. Like it has been a joy, like the growth and everything, even from you and the behind the scenes, just from 1 to 3. Like I didn't even want it to end.
Oh, that's what's up. Likewise. Yo, my man Duke, I gotta ask you, bro. Just kind of tell us, like, cause you came in on 2, right? Right, and then you're developing growth from 2 to 3. I mean, would you just kind of take us on that journey? What you kind of felt like, you know, your moments and what you kind of grasped and what you delivered and what you received, you know?
That journey for me, bro, was like tough because I put myself under so much pressure, man. When I walked in and saw all of y'all, bro, I was like starstruck. I was like, damn. And DeMarcus didn't make it no better because he was like, hey, just be you. I wrote this for you. And I'm like, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I need some direction, bro. But he was just like, hey, man, just be yourself.
Yeah.
I saw it when I wrote this. I saw you, and I'm just trying to fit in on two. I'm just trying to fit in. So when I go back and watch, it's like, man, I was too aggressive, trying to be like the organization's hitter. You know what I mean? So when we bounce back in 3, I'm like, you know what, bro? I gotta soften the blow a little bit, so you can see me like telling more jokes and being, you know, like when we was in the car, I was before we went to kill the plug. I was like, we was joking, but I would really do that in a situation like that. Like I would really play with my friends, and be like, bro, hold on, before we go do all this. This your baby mama. You know what I mean? I would really be antagonizing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that in real life. Like, this your baby mama and this your wife. Like, that was a real scenario for me, but without the killing. Not that part. I was in that situation with my real friends. You know what I mean? So the journey was real tough because it wasn't a lot of he said just be yourself. And you're trying to fit in with all of y'all, and y'all are great at what you do. It's like, damn, bro, at the end, what would they say? So that was the pressure for me, man. So, but I thank y'all, man. I thank you all because y'all embraced me. I really was a baby on this project with y'all, man. So it's been an amazing journey, man, for real.
Nah. You definitely brought it, man. You definitely brought it. I know we talked a couple times off camera, but you definitely brought it, man.
You got people hashtagging yes Lord, getting crosses all in there.
Yes, Lord.
Hey, but look though, look. Hey, this was crazy though. I'm getting 10 on my car earlier, right? This morning, it was like 9 in the morning. And my grandma, my grandmother called me like, baby, what that movie you say you was in? I was like, nah, big mama, I don't want you to watch that, but it's called Love and Drugs. and it was a lady across. She said, "Oh, I knew that was you, but you don't got the crosses. I couldn't tell."
Yeah, that's what's up.
Bro, she had to be like
Duke.
50, bro. She had to be like 50. She like, I know, I recognize that face, but you don't got the crosses, so I did know. I was like, wow.
Duke, when we did Love and Drugs too, but my inbox was on fire.
Mine too, bro.
They were like, who is that nigga? Who is that dude with some crosses in his head?
Yeah, bro. Mine
who is that dude with them crosses?
Mine too, bro. Mine too, man.
I loved you in the wedding scene. Like that shit was so dope.
Classic moment.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
I give all the credit to Kenny. I promise, because when we ducked off camera, he said, "Bro, I got to do something to change the energy." I said, "What? I don't know nothing about this stuff. Like, I just gonna go in. I'm gonna do what I'm told." He said, "Because we did the take. It was like the 3rd take." He's like, "Bro, I gotta change the energy." So then y'all see us shaking those people's hand. That wasn't that's not what we done at first. And I was like, "Oh, it's more to this shit than just saying my lines." You know what I mean? I said, So now it's like every day I practice something like, and he told me, he said, "Bro, you got to put it in your bag. Whatever it is, practice these lines. Do it funny, do it sad, do it." He said, "Just get your bag ready because you never know what the director might want." So that's why I say why I was so starstruck with y'all. I mean, y'all are advanced so much, and y'all let me say this while we out here. Lady, listen. You don't have. I got 6 kids, and I don't think I could have played a better parent than you did.
I'm
right.
Like you don't even have like. I couldn't wait to say out loud what I told you when I saw it. I'm like, damn, she's really good.
Yeah.
You know, so I think all of y'all did amazing, man. And I thank all of y'all for embracing me like that. But you know, the attention that I get in the inbox is crazy. And I gotta figure out how to brand these crosses, but for real, we gonna do it, man. I'm proud of all y'all, man.
For sure.
Let's dip a minute there before we get back to the story of this story. Like, how is that for y'all, man, when people are reacting to y'all out here and you see them in the streets or people are inboxing y'all? Like, what is that feeling like to say, hey, I really, because now I preface this by this because I think it's really hard to do what we do because this is one of the only jobs in the world that you could be caught lying in instantly. Since y'all, like, you could be caught lying because if people don't believe the story that we're telling, they call us a lie. So when people invest themselves into the craft to say, I really love what's going on. What is that feeling for you? Walking out, being seen in the streets, you know. I purposed it because Santasha, y'all, it took to 2 before she finally believed that she was famous. Like, I would say, hey, yo, these people want to like see you, like they want to be like, boy, stop making stuff up. You just live in a dream world. So one day I got her. I said, just answer this FaceTime when I hit you, and then she answers the FaceTime. The young lady starts to cry. Next thing I know, Santasha's crying back on the phone in Target. I'm sorry. And so we got the phone. Was like, "Do you believe me now?" So take me through y'all journey with it.
Moment for real, because she was like, really, we had made her day.
Mm-hmm.
She was so excited.
Yes.
I got called Tanya today. Like, people were walking in, they watched it over the weekend, and they were like, "Good morning, Tanya." A message say, if you think I'm gonna let you go somewhere with your baby mama by yourself, you got me fucked up. Like, so you know the whole lot.
I think it's a wonderful thing because in this particular story as an artist, I want to do emotional things. I want to do relatable things. I want to do powerful things. And I think 3, it just hits home for a lot of people. Somebody in the comments said this is like their real life. They actually did a stint for their boyfriend at the time. Like, a lot of people can relate to Eb, where you seem like the bitter baby mama, the crazy baby mama. You seem like the crazy girl, but no one knows what happens behind scenes. There's a lot of Santashas, like there's a lot of Tanyas, right? There's a lot of women who sacrifice their all and still just try to get the bare minimum. There's a lot of men who mean well, but somehow something is just always something, you know? Like, there's a lot of homeboys being like, yo, I just need you this one more time, dealing with a sick child, dealing with like making you do things you never thought you would do, dealing with a sick baby. You know what I mean? Like, so much. There's a lot of parents who did wrong and then try to shield their children from it, and they still end up going down. Like, the whole story is powerful. My nickname in and out of the industry is now Eb. Like, people just call me Eb, and people are like, "Oh, sorry," and I'm like, "It's genuinely a nickname. It's okay." But think about every single person's character in the story as a whole. It touches a whole slew of people, no matter what character you're looking at. Even detective, you know that there are detectives out there who can't let a case go, who like eat, sleep, and breathe this one person, like it's their sole purpose, you know, like giving up their family to try to solve this case. You know what I mean? Like, just so much. Like, literally every storyline is relatable. So I think that's the most powerful thing. And I love that I got to portray something meaningful and powerful and relatable, and just be a part of a story as a whole. Even snatching my son up is so crazy because I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, like, and he like, nah, he's so quiet. And he's so quiet. So I'm just like, I'm going to snatch your face up. Okay, you okay? And he just like, yeah. So I'm nervous because I'm like, I don't want him to be like, his mom be like, ma'am. But it was just so, he just ate up everything. But I think that's the most powerful part, Corey, back to what you were saying. We really are a part of something that's just real life for a lot of people. And I'm proud to be Eb, like, overall.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's dope. Yeah.
Kenny, what your life been like since it came out, man? Have people
already
Kenny,
nah, man.
Oh, Kenny
already famous. Kenny done been on. Kenny already famous. You can skip him with that question. He done been on every magazine.
I meant Lil Mark. I'm sorry.
You said Kenneth.
I said Kenneth.
Oh,
nah. So Kenneth Sykes, what's it been like, man?
After the movie, I got a lot more roles coming in because I'm so thankful for being in the movie because I'm getting more auditions and more roles coming in.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that because if it wasn't for this movie that got put out and now it's on on Tubi #1 recommended. people is like texting my mom and saying they want me on there, like want me audition and stuff for the movie.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what's up.
just grateful for that.
Y'all,
Hey,
I'm
just
telling
hey,
y'all,
Art, what
Kenneth just had us all in auditions. I look around, it's 3 people crying because his audition was that powerful. Like he came in with his own monologue and ate it. And then we had him do it, and we were like, the director of the film was like, give me more, do it bigger, like bigger. And when I say when he went bigger, I promise, like people, like a couple people he doesn't even know had to give him a hug and be like, you keep going. Like whatever you doing, just keep doing it. So I look forward to just whatever is next for you. I'm excited about it.
Hey, Kenneth, just don't forget about us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just whenever the opportunity, you know what I mean. Whenever they need like a dad or a brother, just holler at us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Kenneth, what are your homeboys saying to you?
First of all, it's some I do got some haters talking this saying this so I ignore them, but the people that really come, they are like, now they want to hang around me now. I'm like, what? Like, yo,
Yeah.
Stuff.
That's how they do, Kenneth.
That's cool. That's cool.
I know.
Hey, well, y'all. I wanna tell y'all this. I gotta run off. For those of y'all that don't know, I just had some family stuff I had to take care of, and so I gotta kind of get back to them for a little bit. But I do want to tell you guys, man, thank you guys so much for this journey, man, and allow me to be a part. To you, DeMarcus, for this opportunity, man, and this whole situation. We've been a part over the years. I don't know how many years it's been, like 5-6 years now.
6 years, yeah.
Yeah, 5-6 years, man, and working and meeting all you guys, man. It's really been humbling. It's been great. It's been it's been a great journey. I kind of hate it had to end, but but man, I was so grateful, man, just to be a part and to be on this journey with you guys, man. It's really been great, man.
We're praying for you too, man.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank y'all, man. So definitely, man, keep the party going, man. And I'm about to bounce out, but I love all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. All right,
man. All right.
You too,
all right,
man.
y'all.
Appreciate everything, bro.
Yeah, likewise. All right.
It's y'all, ain't it crazy to be like, we've been doing this for 5 years together? Like we've all grown so much, done so much work in the time. It's crazy to be like, man, I've been at for 5 years,
Yeah.
And it's crazy because people will like, it doesn't stop. You build this connection, this bond on set and become family. And then you're like, oh, I would love to do a comedy with Santasha. Like I genuinely think we would people seen us in such serious roles that I'm like, a horror film or a comedy, they'd probably be like, what? But you build such a creative, artistic connection on set that I can't believe it's been 5 years, 1, and 2, it's like, okay, what's next? What's the next project?
Absolutely
agree.
I talked to DeMarcus on the phone, and for 5 years, and a lot of times I was talking on the phone with him. I was trying to get Detective Muff to get a sex scene, but that never happened. Kiss somebody something. But I said, you started off with a cast. Now we a family. We'll always and forever be connected. When our great grandkids want to see some of our work, it'll be out there for them. So for me personally, thank you for giving me a family in this business. I can call Eb, I can call Santasha, I can call you, I can call Corey, I can call Kenny, I can call Duka. Anybody that's associated with the cast, and I can say, hey man, I need help with this, or how would you do this, or how would you play this, or whatever the situation is. And the cool thing about it, there's no animosity between none of us. We all want to see each other win. We all want to see each other eat. We all want to see each other do our best, everything. And so I credit you for that, DeMarcus, because none of this would have happened unless you got involved. So for me, thank you, and thank you to everybody who's been on this cast. I know I can be a tad bit trying on set sometimes, whatever. But just to have, really good friends, real friends in this business is very rare. So, like I said, that all of that's you, DeMarcus. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, DeMarcus, I like to piggyback on that too. Like, you were just one of those people. Like, I really respect your grind. Sometimes I'm worried about you because I'm like, he worked too much. Like,
he don't rest.
Like, he need to rest, but you're always grinding. And I appreciate you so much because I know that this role was not originally for me, but it was for me. It was my role. That's the role that God had for me. So I thank you for that. But you are one of those people, like, I don't care what you have going on. Like, if you need me, I'm there. If you like, I got this, or do you want to, you don't even have to ask me.
Right, yeah. You do it every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
And Tasha, I will inbox DeMarcus just randomly just to be like, hey, I love you. I don't want nothing. Just say I love you. Right. Are you resting? And he just will send back LOL. Like, first of all, he's supposed to take 2 vacations already. Still ain't. Just probably
we're going on vacation. We're going to Jamaica.
One of the best things though is when you have a director and a writer who lets you explore and push. I will tell DeMarcus, I want to do this type of role. And he'll be like, oh, for real? And I tell people, like, if you're serious, this is the man who will say, if you want to do this, if you show up, like, he will write the role for you. Like, oh, I got a movie like that. I feel like I can do that. But if you're serious about it, so to have somebody who can just be like, I can see you in that, or I believe in you in that aspect, to just say, give me this opportunity, I won't waste it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's such a great feeling to have, and just to constantly be like, I want to be pushed, I want to do more, I want to go bigger, and have somebody be like, all right, I think you can, and just allow you that space. It's truly phenomenal and like irreplaceable. People will say, y'all all like the same. He like, are you available this day? Is that when you need me? Do I need you? Like, right. Give me the date of the script. What are you saying? Like, it's that easy, like, because it's the least we can do for having so much room as artists to create and to grow. And so it's definitely so mutual, genuine love and respect.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel? Like, we're gonna get into what people want to know after this. How do y'all feel? Y'all know that people are not gonna say it. People are not gonna admit it. Y'all know that we started this. I mean, like, this whole thing that's going on. We started this. I mean, like, we was like one of the first, actually, the first, like, to do this. I mean, like, and we done it, and people want to be like, we want to do what Love Drugs did. We want to be on the level of Love and Drugs. How do y'all feel like knowing that y'all are the people that, that others are chasing, or others want to be like, or others want to, mimic? I'm not gonna say copy, but we set the bar.
Yeah, and I feel like we just got a responsibility to go bigger, and not in a condescending, like, cocky way, but as if we set the standard, every time you reach it, we on to the next project, we on to the next we on to the next level. And I think it's our responsibility to keep that going.
Keep doing it.
Keep pushing,
Yeah. I'm gonna answer that. First, let me do this. One of the next people we're gonna bring on here play my father in the role. Also, play Mr. Jake off in the drop spot. Really intense moment. I've seen a lot of people posting about this scene between he and I. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Julius Young in the building one time.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Yeah, man.
Juju, what's happening, man?
What's up, fam? What's up with it? Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
To answer that question, DeMarcus, first we have to understand, like Eb said about what Raquel said about the responsibility, and also understand that we're in a market, and I've had several conversations. I think I've talked to Benay about this. I've talked to Duke about it. I've talked to Derek about it. We're in a very friendly market. And sometimes in the business aspect and having friendly relationships, sometimes those things can get crossed up when you have these conversations about who started the mark, where the beginning was, who set the bar, who's climbing it, where you are. Hey, because often it becomes they're cocky. They think they're better than everybody else. And it's not that thing. It's just understanding that if something is doing what it's doing to set a bar, then everybody, Tom Brady's where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady's where he is. And if you want to get there, you have to do the things to get where he is on his level for his accolades, championships, play, the whole nine. Whatever you think about him personally, you can't take away from what the actuality is of what he's accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So when those things happen, it's scarce to talk about, and it's interesting you bring this up. It's scarce to talk about because sometimes after the comments are made, then the chatter starts of, oh, okay, that's how they feel. And it's not that. It's like, yo, everybody can do this. We can all come here, get up here and stuff.
Mhm.
You just got to do the work. Hey, did you do the work? Are the people reverencing the work? Come on, get on up here. And that's just the thing, man.
What it is. You said what it is.
The difference between being confident and being arrogant.
My thing is, when I hear people talk that stupid shit, I come back and counter. I said, listen, because I'm trying to get my film and stuff off and everything like. And me and DeMarcus talked about this the other day. There's enough room for everybody. Is DeMarcus the first? Absolutely. That's why I call him. When I talk to him, I say he's the godfather of film. Nobody had ever did a film in Tyler, Texas, our hometown. Nobody ever brought that type of attention to the roles and to the market. He could have came up here and cast and said it was from DeSoto and Oak Cliff or whatever situation is, but he always referenced home. You dig what I'm saying? So with stuff like that, hey man, just listen, pay homage to where homage is due. That's to people that are listening. There's only one DeMarcus Bailey. He gonna keep doing his thing and putting films out there. You be somebody that's be somebody else and put your own message and version out. There's no reason for people to be sitting up there trying to figure out, DeMarcus was first. Okay, so what are you going to do? He's laid the blueprint and the foundation on what it is to be successful in this business. So now what are you going to do with it? You going to sit back and hate, or you going to sit back and learn and listen and find out? So that's pretty much my 2 cents. And because, y'all know me, I'm finna be 52. I'd be like, fuck them and go on about their business. Because, they talk about Jesus. So, people that's the biggest haters are the people who can't produce anything, just want to sit back there and nitpick all the damn time. So that's my whole thing.
Yeah. And here, I'll say this too. I want to put a disclaimer in here. Because every time somebody critiques something too, don't mean they're hating. If I feel like I do this seriously and you don't perfect the work in it, I can now make a statement about it, and it's not hating on you. It's just saying, hey, you need to do better about this. You need to, because somebody told us that. Mm-hmm. We didn't have all the answers in the beginning, and then somebody said, if you do this, this will look better. Because if y'all see from 1 to 3, it progressed with everything. No actors were satisfied, no production was satisfied, no lights was satisfied, no sound was satisfied. It had something because it was addressed in each one on what needed to be better. And sometimes when we say this, people say, oh, look at them. They're hating on it. No, sometimes I've done enough studying to understand that, hey, if you want to get yours to be like that one over there, then this is what they did to get there. And you probably should take some notes on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, I digress. We got Jay in the building, y'all.
What's up, man?
Seen a lot of people talking about that, man. I want to touch on that real quick, man, as we go through this conversation, man, about the father and son scene. DeMarcus, you said you wanted to go back here and kind of tell that story because a lot of what Mark went through, thought that he was triggered by other things. And I just shared a post saying sometimes finding out what the thing that triggered you is going back to finding the root issue where the trigger first started at, and getting to the healing process is dealing with the root issue of it to understand how you get to where he is. Because for a while he started blaming Tanya, other things around him, to what he was going through. And then there was this conversation that had to happen because in reality, the initial trigger was dad. You know what I'm saying? DeMarcus, take us through that real quick.
You talked about that briefly when you met your grandmother in part 1, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he did. And he addressed it. You know what I'm saying? and then running into when he linked back up with Corey, he found out the dad was dying. Well, he didn't know it until he went and met with the sister, because the dad had another child that was on the other side of it. And a lot of times, and one thing that was expressed in there, because the sister grew up with the dad in a way that Mark never saw. So he couldn't have that same empathy for him. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I need to get this out of my chest, because I need to get my healing. In order for me to really heal, I need to forgive you. Because if I never forgive you, you're going to keep controlling me, and I'm going to keep blaming Eb. I'm going to keep blaming Corey. I'm going to keep blaming Tanya for everything I got going on, instead of looking at right now, a lot of the root issues started with you, and I've been a problem for this so long.
Well, what it was I knew that, I wanted to take Mark on a journey before he died. I wanted him to close every chapter before he died. Get whatever he needed to get off his chest with his dad. He needed to address that and let that go, because I didn't want him to go to his final resting place with that hate in his heart. I wanted him to, let all of it go and just release everything. Go. You about to die. And I wanted you to meet your maker, with an humble heart and a clean heart, So that's what I really wanted to do for Mark and take him on a journey. And that's when we came up with the dad. I knew I was going to address the dad's situation when I wrote 2. I knew in 3 I'm gonna address the. You remember first we're gonna do Clifton Powell. We're gonna do Clifton Powell for the dad, and I know I wanted to address that. The dad.
Gotcha. Judas, take that moment, what you felt with that situation.
Well, that moment was deep, man, because I was you. You know what I mean? I was you versus me being the dad. That was me sitting at the seat telling his dad what was going on, how he felt, and who he kept blaming everybody. But Miles he wasn't in the drug game. I was an All-American athlete. You know what I'm saying? My dad never was around. When he was around, he always wanted to beat up on me and push me and whoop me. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't really show no love. My mom was the only one there trying to, sacrifice and do whatever she had to do. So, in that moment, in that time, I was really mad, though, DeMarcus, because I got the tear out. He made me cry, and I couldn't see the tear. I was crying. I was like, oh. And I told my wife, I was like, babe, I cried. He made me cry, and I got it out. And I was like, I was looking so hard. I'm like, where that tear at? Where that tear come?
They must have do a screen close.
Yeah, I think he kind of panned out, but yeah, man, he made me cry, man, because that was actually me talking to the dad when he was talking. So I felt some kind of way about that whole movement right there, and it was dope. And I was really honored to be in that scene, because that's all I'm at the grocery store. I'm at Kroger's right now, man, and people talking about, hey, I seen your movie, man. Why you the deadbeat dad? I said, hey man, he was a bad guy, man. He was doing a lot of drugs and kicking and partying, man. But he turned out to be a good dad in the end. It just went to his older son. Yeah,
right.
And that's crazy, and it's crazy that you showed that.
Question: So Mark and his father are exactly the same person, but it came back around in full circle.
Right.
Yeah,
right. And what's crazy is because was he a bad dad? Because he raised a whole other daughter that turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just he just was in a bad space then. And I think that's what we talk about. And I know Raquel is on it a lot when she talks on social media about just having that healing power and being in a space where you can communicate. And I think it's what don't happen in a lot of situations, because and I recently got a chance to do that with my father. You know what I'm saying? Because, I've kind of been open about my story, me being an outside child like that. And there was a lot of things that was kind of built up me because we didn't have that connection, and I was able to express to him. And it didn't come from it. A lot of it was, that's why I was able to get into that place with it, because I was at a point where I was angry with him like that. And I'm gonna tell you like this, he wasn't a deadbeat dude, because he was in my life. I just didn't visually know it. You know what I'm saying? He was standing and looking from a distance, and he was financially responsible. And but the connection that I wanted as a son, we didn't have. And so that's what it was challenging me to talk to him like, yo, but this is what I want a relationship about. And I learned sometimes, man, people not always equipped to give you what you want, because they may not have what you need.
Yeah.
And I learned that. You know what I'm saying? So when I started looking at my father for who he was, in a sense, our relationship now has come together and we have different type of conversations. And I'm very happy and pleased to where we stand at today. So,
that's crazy, Corey. Remember
big.
We went through that journey together, just even with my mom. So
Right.
it's crazy, right? That is so, again, every single role is just so relatable, and people don't even know how it hits like our real life, you know? Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It is. Even when you look at Tanya's character ended up having to find out her daddy wasn't who he thought she was. And I think that would freak anybody out. Like, what was that mindset? You know what I'm saying? I think, DeMarcus Santasha from that mindset, what was that mindset to Tanya really having to look at life differently because finding out Bishop wasn't who she thought he was. But he was all she had.
Right. Right. I remember being at the movie premiere for what was that, 2? Was it 2 or 3? When I was like, I'm glad you killed that motherfucker. Everybody's
That was
like,
2.
That
was 2.
Like I heard everybody, they were like, damn. So it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Because one thing I took from it, I don't even know if this word DeMarcus' mind was with it. When she said that to me, this is what I got from it. If this dude was willing to choose the game over me, no matter, I feel like at this point he would have sacrificed me.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
he was the worst.
He was the reason
He was the
my
worst.
mom was gone.
Right, he was the worst. But Bishop was the worst. Bishop was the worst dad ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm choosing you. Because she made a good choice in one who she was choosing. But now that she found out that, he really was willing to take that over me, well, I'm glad you did it. Let's move on.
Right. Yeah.
And I know I haven't said much, but speaking about fathers and all that, that's why I'm glad, DeMarcus, that you shed light on Corey, even though he this big bad dude in the streets and everything else. I like the softness of him having his daughter. And so I like that you brought that in, because you really don't think of drug dealers and I guess king, just being there for their family. So I appreciate that part that you put in the movie.
Dope. Good perspective, man. It's so many like this. A comment just came up and said, my father passed October 13, 2022. He apologized to my brother. I truly forgave him long ago. I was a daddy's girl at heart. His passing knocked the breath out of me. This live has motivated me to pick my pen back up and continue to pursue my dreams. That's from Michelle Byers.
Good for you.
Salute.
Right on, awesome. Right on.
Salute. And
let's talk about.
Go ahead. Something took him out. He said, let's talk. He must have been finna say
Metro PCS.
Gotta get away from the Metro. Is Duke ordering food? Is he ordering food?
Yeah, he's ordering food.
He is.
What y'all want?
Hey, bro, give me the number 2.
I'm over there like, where he at?
Whataburger.
Jason, I want to ask you this, why? Because I know you probably gonna come back and remember. So, the moment that things stretched with your role and it went into showing more about y'all life, because you go from the part of being just his girlfriend, and I thought it was significant that he actually paid attention to detail in part 2 when y'all made it known that you wasn't married, and then we come back in 3 to have this wedding. So, what was the mindset of that character going from that point to being with a guy like him? But just like you said, he was a different person. He was an animal out there, but he was more this gentle bear and loving father. And about that, what was she feeling through that moment?
To believe it or not, I was really, really, really inspired by all of the women, like Santasha. You already know, Raquel. You already know, and they Sue. Like, I feel like y'all gave me little gems here and there to help me build up that character. Because honestly, like I said, I came into this only being a quote unquote a pretty face, just to dance with Corey at the concert. I had no lines. That was it. So for me to real, and I'm shy. I'm a very shy person, believe it or not.
America's Next Top
So,
Model.
but I am. But I just want to say that I appreciate y'all's energy because honestly, I kind of feel like, and two, I faked it till I could make it, if that makes any sense. And that's how I built up to get through 2. But 3, I honestly felt like, oh my God, he's making an honest woman out of me. So I took that getting married role. Getting married role serious, like, because you do not find a lot. I feel like back in the days of Kingpin, and you don't find a lot of black men that go the whole distance. Like that seemed like that's where it was broke. But so I built up just by watching my castmate, studying them, because I truly do. I even watch other stuff that y'all was in and stalk y'all's socials if y'all just did not know. So I studied them, and that's how I built myself up, and I just took chances and quit doubting myself. I doubted a lot. I'm proud of myself in Love and Drugs 3, so I think that's
as
all
you
that
should
matters.
be. As you should be.
I'm really proud of you as well. And one part of the movie, your role at the end when Kenny got killed and you and your daughter sat on that bed and had just been sitting there, like that took me out. And you did so well, like your facial expression. Like look at me tearing up now, and I know the shit fake, but
that means a lot.
I loved it.
Oh, y'all, that means a lot coming from y'all. So for real, I'm gonna tear up. So don't do it. Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
Don't do it.
Go down.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go in a minute, but people. All right, I guess I want to address the elephant in the room.
Right.
I
didn't.
People are asking me, why did I end it? Why did we end it like that? Why did we end it? Why did everybody die?
Yeah.
Hold on, big bro. Before you go on, right? You get me in trouble, bro, because my people saying you was a shooter until they really started shooting back. Where you was at? Where you was at? You were hiding.
I put address it. I put address it all. I put address it all. Okay. The whole theme of the movie. The whole theme of the movie has been, what does love mean to you? Love means sacrifice. That's been the theme of the whole franchise. And I wanted to end it. I didn't want to do hood movies anymore, and I want to end the franchise with a closing. Like, what the hell? Like, I would have done that. I want to show real sacrifice, and that's why we named it The Ultimate Sacrifice. And the only way we could do that was to kill Mark and Ebb. That was the only way we could do that. The only way we could do it was to have Santasha raise his son by the woman he hates, by the woman she hates. The only way we could do that. The only way we could show an ultimate sacrifice. She and I went to jail, so we couldn't do that again. And that's the only way we could do it. And Mark couldn't die. Corey couldn't die. Mark couldn't die. Mark couldn't die, and Corey not die. So he had to go.
Damn.
And I want to close the whole chapter, the whole Love and Drugs chapter. I wanted to close it, and I wanted to show how love still stood, how love still stands, even in the midst of all kind of animosity or calamity or whatever. Love always stands, and Santasha was the true definition of love. I felt that it didn't get no better than a Santasha. It's not a woman in this world like a Santasha. Like, everybody in this world wants a woman who, we all say that I want a woman who's gonna ride for me and die for me or whatever until that woman comes. You know, and Santasha was that woman. Santasha was the woman who just did that. And the reason why Duka wasn't there is because, you know, you always want to leave an ace in the hole. You always want to do that. And Love and Drugs is a franchise. And Lil Mark gonna need a plug. You know, Lil Mark gonna need a plug. So if y'all saw in 3, Mark's character told Kenny, you go ahead and take the drugs. I'm out. Me and Corey's out. We out. Take the drugs. He said, are you serious? Because that's what he want to do. That's his shit. I mean, Duke is you know, ever since 2, he been on this.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Ever since he met Mark, that was his first thing he want to talk about. How we getting back in here? That was his first words. His first words at the park is, you need to get back in. He didn't know Mark. So that's been his thing since day one. All right? So SP telling him that, look, you can be you be the plug now. You be whatever you want. You know, you take over. Because Mark gone, Pablo in jail, Jay did, Bishop did. Ain't nobody here but you. I'm done. Kenny done. Kenny had made the decision when he was with his wife that I'm out of it. I'm through with this shit. But you know, so he was done. So Mark need a plug if we choose to go there. Mark need a plug, and I want to be somebody from the family. I didn't want to bring this no new person. So that's why Kenny stayed. That's why Kenny didn't go. Because if we decide to do a Love and Drugs 4, you know, Kenny will be the plug.
Well, hell, why the hell I got
y'all
you
see my
put me in forward with a sex scene or something?
You have to die because you have to die. You have to die. You do too much. You do too much,
my friend, and it ultimately cost you.
Yeah, you have to die because you do absolutely too much.
So I hope he answered all y'all questions. Plus, too, man, y'all gotta understand this too, y'all. A lot of us are looking to get into a lot of different things, man. And sometimes, as movies that keep going, it's hard because a lot of us get typecast, wise, a lot of different things. So
I got tired. Is Corey is Mark and Santasha? They really a couple? No, they're not. Huh.
Listen, I thought I'd get away with it when I finally got married in real life, and now everybody think that I married her in real life.
Yeah.
What? But yeah, y'all. So a lot of things play into this stuff because I used to think this too, y'all. When you would see like characters walk away from a movie, and it's like, man, this movie's still going. Why would you walk? But then you turn around and see him in something else. You know what I'm saying? And they start taking on this other thing. And so that's the biggest thing in this business, y'all. Sometimes it's hard to get when you're having success. Sometimes it's hard to get out in front of that, get out in front of the shadow of that success. And sometimes dying ultimately gives you a space to now walk into some new things in your career. And for the people you see on this panel, and that's a lot of what's happening with them because everybody's taking on these new roles and new diversity of life, and I think it's really incredible. But
Corey, you've been trying to die since 1. You've been trying to die since Love and Drugs.
No, we did. We entertained too.
DeMarcus, am I lying? He been talking.
No, you ain't lying. That nigga been trying to die. You know, you go ahead and kill me. Like, nigga, we can't kill you yet.
I was like, what? Why would they like? I was like, quit saying that stupid shit, bro.
The only reason here's the thing. The only reason I said that in 2 because I was thinking of this big thing, but DeMarcus figured it out. I was thinking of this big thing, like boom, he dies. It's like everybody go, oh, but he was like, we'll just fake it. And I was like,
you were so excited, like everybody else when he said you gonna die. Everybody else was like, why I gotta die? Like, they're gonna kill Mark. Mark is gonna die. I'm like, bro, why are you happy about dying?
Because having a dying role was always on my bucket list. I wanted to die. I wanted to
bro. Mine too, bro. I practiced dying 39 times that morning, bro. So we get on set, he was like, we get on set, bro. He was like, "Hey, we ain't gonna kill you no more." I said, "Man, I done practiced this shit all night.
You sure wasn't supposed to die. Yeah, you supposed to die too. Yeah.
I was supposed to die too, DeMarcus.
Yeah.
You had me dying in
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, you're supposed to die too. Yeah, it's supposed to be her. Yes. Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be her in two. In two, it's supposed to be her instead of the daughter.
Cancer. Yeah, and that was supposed to be the reason that he got
Yeah,
back
it's supposed
into
to
the street.
Yeah,
I
it's supposed
told
to be her.
DeMarcus he better not kill me until I fight Evan.
Hey, listen,
He had
Until you who?
to, baby. You wasn't gonna kill me off, and I ain't at least hit this girl.
With that being said, I think the way people have did with y'all two in this role, because that video, people don't even know that because somebody asked me, did y'all script that video? And I was like, no. And I said, when she did that stuff in the truck, she carried that all the way out there, and I just happened to be recording. You know what I'm saying? And
you gotta repost that, Corey. You gotta repost that.
That's what I said. I just told him the other day we were talking. I said I would repost it. But the thing is, the slap in the hotel, like so many people that have hit me and said, yes, Tanya got a lick. I mean, Tanya got a lick back. I was like, and then I told y'all, my auntie hit me. She said, do y'all be hitting each other for real? I'm like, no, auntie, trick cameras. There's a lot of sound effects stuff. I said, we don't never touch each other. I said, no, they didn't hit each other like that. She said, the way she went down, I said, Lord, that was
good, David.
Yeah.
So, hey, kudos to y'all. Also, kudos to Elvin and Andromeda for the fight scene.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's like
be on it. I thought that was. If that don't get nominated for an award, y'all kiss my toe and call it sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all did good. Y'all did
I don't know what you just said. I don't know.
Huh?
Well, yeah, I gotta get out. I gotta get out here because I gotta go do some stuff. Thank y'all for being on, and thank everybody for following us on this journey.
Yeah. Everybody else got something they want to say?
Man, I just appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah, I love y'all. I'm ready to be back on set with everyone here. I can't wait to see.
We should have one more cast party. One more cast party as a finale. Just one more.
We should.
Yeah.
I'm down with it.
To the people that have been following this franchise since it started, and
franchise
just come on,
franchise.
We want to thank you all because without you all, and we've been in places now to not only be recognized but nominated for things. The movie's been nominated, and it takes that support to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? And from the market that we in, we don't have a big marketing budget that goes out, but the way people share this, how it just dropped on a Friday and Saturday, become one of the number one recommended movies. Thank y'all. Honestly, without you all, it doesn't happen. We don't get to have this conversation. We don't get to have a level of success. We don't get to have these meetings like we're doing and interact with one another. One doesn't become two, and two doesn't become three. And then y'all are lobbying for a four. So sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, from the Love and Drugs cast and the team and everybody, first of all, everybody done great. From anybody that picked up a chip to anybody that ran the camera, done an excellent job for the progression that we went to. And it was an honor and it's been a pleasure serving with you all. I want to thank you all. I know sometimes the characters on the covers always get a lot of the attention, but understand that people don't understand. The people that have been putting in this work, whether you on the cover or not, those coming on set, people went to work. Every time we got ready to do another sequel, everybody was like, how do we up our game? Let's go through some training. Let's do this. Got into 3. And, like Raquel and them, we was all going into physical training while we're going through getting these lines and getting ready to get on set and different things like that. Those sacrifices that it takes to make a movie great and what it is. And y'all are having a great journey out here with other things and endeavors y'all got going on with other movies y'all are being a part of. But I personally want to say, me, the Dead Mark, I had a great life with you all. I had great relationships. I've developed some great relationships. I continued some great relationships, man. And I thank y'all for accepting me and all my ups and downs in life and all my faults and progresses in life.
And all your Facebook posts that piss everybody off.
Yeah. Listen. Let me tell you something. Because to follow me and then turn around and be on set with me and still be okay with me, I think that's a lot.
It's rough. It's rough.
It takes a lot. So I'm grateful for that to be around genuine people. I'm grateful for some of the relationships that didn't make it through this process because still there was learning curves and things that I had to get better at and I had to deal with, man. So for me, man, I love y'all. I thank y'all. I thank God for y'all and blessing me with y'all gift and y'all presence, man.
We love you
too. Salute, King. Salute.
Salute. And for the rest of the people, man, we'll holler at y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into Love and Drugs, the Cash Conversation, man. We will be back with more that's going down. Stay tuned, man. And right now, it's streaming on Tubi. Go like, like this video, share it, the whole nine. We love y'all, and we'll see y'all around.
Love.
Blessings.